Welcome back to Crypto Intel, the channel where we break down the crypto market with clear analysis, real insights, and the latest developments shaping the future of digital finance. Right now, there's a feeling in the market, a shift, not obvious at first glance, but if you pay attention, people are starting to panic. Price action feels uncertain, momentum is not strong, and confidence is slowly fading. And in moments like this, most investors start asking the same question: is this the beginning of a bigger drop, or something else entirely? Because in crypto, panic doesn't always mean what people think it means. Sometimes, panic is not the end, it's the setup. So today we're going to break everything down. We'll talk about why panic appears in the market, what it usually leads to, what might be happening with HBAR right now, and whether this could be the phase that comes right before a major move. And if you enjoy crypto analysis, market insights, and deep dives into promising blockchain projects, make sure to subscribe to Crypto Intel and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos. Let's start with something important. Markets don't move based on logic alone. They move based on emotion, fear, greed, uncertainty, and panic is one of the strongest emotions in the market. When panic appears, people react. They sell too early, they exit positions, they stop believing, and that creates pressure. But here's the part most people don't understand. Panic often appears near turning points. Not always, but often. Because before a market can move higher, it needs to remove weak positions. It needs to shake confidence. It needs to create doubt. Now let's connect this to HBAR. Right now, HBAR is not showing strong momentum. It's not trending aggressively upward. And that creates uncertainty. From the outside, it looks weak, but from another perspective, this could be part of a process where the market is testing participants. Now, does this mean an explosion is guaranteed? No, and it's important to stay realistic. But there are patterns worth paying attention to. First, emotional reactions. If the market starts to feel uncomfortable, that's often where mistakes happen. Second, volatility shifts. Periods of low or unstable volatility can lead to expansion. Third, sentiment. Right now, HBAR is not driven by hype, and that matters because extreme optimism usually comes late, not early. Now let's talk about what happens after panic. This is where things get interesting. After panic, the market stabilizes, selling pressure decreases, and gradually, buyers start stepping in. At first, it's not obvious. The move is slow, uncertain, but then something changes. Momentum builds, price starts moving more efficiently, and suddenly, what looked weak starts to look strong. This is how reversals often begin, not with excitement, but with exhaustion. Now let's talk about the two scenarios. Scenario 1, this is panic before a move. If that's the case, then current conditions are part of a setup that clears out sellers before a stronger move upward. And when that move begins, it can happen quickly, because once confidence returns, momentum follows. Scenario 2, this is not the bottom, and the market continues to move sideways or downward. This is always possible, and that's why risk management matters, because no pattern is guaranteed. Now let's bring fundamentals into the picture. Hedera is positioned as infrastructure for real-world applications. It uses Hashgraph, offering speed, efficiency, and scalability. And while fundamentals don't stop short-term panic, they influence long-term perception. If adoption grows, the market may eventually reflect that. Now let's talk about psychology again, because this is where most investors lose. Not because they lack information, but because they react emotionally. They sell during panic, they buy during hype, and they miss the middle, the part where opportunity exists. Now let's bring everything together. We have rising uncertainty, potential panic behavior, lack of hype, and a project with solid fundamentals. This creates a situation where the market is not obvious. And when the market is not obvious, that's often where the biggest moves begin. But again, nothing is guaranteed. And that's what makes this space challenging. In my opinion, HBAR is currently in a phase where emotions are starting to take over. Not fully, but enough to matter. And if this continues, it could create the conditions for a stronger move. Whether that move comes immediately or after more consolidation is something the market will decide. But ignoring this phase completely could be a mistake. So the real question is this panic or preparation? Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you believe HBAR is about to drop more, or is this the setup before a bigger move? And if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more crypto analysis, market insights, and deep dives into promising blockchain projects, don't forget to subscribe to Crypto Intel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.